Steve, I'm going to stay on your favorite topic, the WNBA and women's basketball. I just know how much you love diving deep into this. But Time Magazine figured out a way to name 13 women of the year. None of them happen to be named Caitlyn Clark. Two of them happen to be named A'ja Wilson, who plays for the Las Vegas, what's Las Vegas last Sun, maybe? Plays for the Las Vegas Sun in the WNBA. And the other is Jordan Childs, who was an Olympic gymnast this year. Jordan, I think, got not stripped of her medal is not the right word. I think there was some kind of judging error, and she ended up not getting her medal. So I think she won a bronze and helped the team, blah, blah, blah. But she ended up losing the medal. And so I'm sitting here going, Woman of the Year is a basketball player, and her name isn't Caitlyn Clark. Who had more impact on the sport of basketball, men or women, other than Caitlyn Clark? They somehow found the second best woman in the WNBA who had very little impact, had great stats, and had a terrific year and was MVP, but didn't win a championship, didn't make it to the finals. But they've all decided there's some sort of rig job that A'ja Wilson is who everybody has to promote. And then they hop over to the Olympics and find an Olympic gymnast not named Simone Biles. Simone Biles has been named Athlete of the Year by some, I think, didn't Sports Illustrated name her Sports Person of the Year? And somehow they figured out that some woman that came in third place that got stripped of her medal, she's the Woman of the Year. The leaps they're going to hype up A'ja Wilson, hype up some gymnast that most people don't know exists is amazing to me. I want to read you A'ja Wilson's quote because A'ja Wilson sees herself as, again, the woman king and overcoming all these incredible odds. And oh my God, nobody knows the struggle she's had. Nobody knows her sorrows. Let me read A'ja Wilson's quote in Time Magazine. She's talking about Caitlyn Clark, and they ask her a question about Caitlyn Clark, admitting her white privilege and working to empower black women, and Caitlyn Clark going woke and, kissing the ring of Black Lives Matter and all that, and the Yas Queens. So here's A'ja Wilson. It's powerful to me. As a black woman in the WNBA, we have our struggles in showcasing who we really are. A lot of agendas get pushed on a lot of different platforms that may shadow us. You work so hard, but you still have to work 10 times harder just to be seen. So when can we have our counterparts speak up? It speaks volumes to me because they're in spaces where my path is never supposed to go. It's crazy that we're talking about that in 2025, but it's real. We see those things as black women. We see where people stand up and speak for us. I know Caitlyn got a lot of backlash from that because obviously we live in a world where they don't want that and it's exhausting. But imagine dealing with that and then having to go out and play every single night, having to constantly have to worry. How are they about to downgrade my resume now? What more do I have to do in order to showcase how elite and how serious I take my job? But I also do it with love and passion and fun. A lot of people don't want to see me at the top, and that's fine. But I'm going to be there because I work my butt off to get there. That's so powerful, Steve. Could you? Very, very powerful.
First of all,
A'ja Wilson. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead, Steve.
Can we address this? My continent is not your name. What's with the cultural appropriation? Isn't that a big thing? What's going on there?
A'ja. Yeah.
Shouldn't she really be A'ja with the way it's spelled? And second of all, okay, I want to admit this. I don't
Strange,
like to,
I believe.
Strange, yeah. Okay, I want to admit this. I don't like to admit it, but we strive for honesty and integrity here on Fearless. For a long time, I was actually a subscriber to Time. I thought I had to expand my horizon. I actually got the physical copy delivered to my office. There came a point where I just said, okay, no more. And when that envelope comes addressed Time, where they try to get me to re-up, I cannot throw away that envelope and that piece of junk mail fast enough into the garbage bin. And here's again, the sense of entitlement that Ajay has. Look, don't take this the wrong way. You're very good at what you do. But you really overhype your own sense of importance. Nobody really cares that much. We don't care to a point that we even want to downgrade you. And most of us that actually read your comments and see some of the browbeating you've done, we find you completely unlikable. But again, we generally have apathy towards them. And can we be honest about this, Jason? Yes, the WNBA had a exponential growth in terms of interest. But here's the other part that nobody wants to say. 97.9% of it was based on one player. That is the reality. If Caitlyn Clark decided, you know what, I'm done with basketball, I'm going to be a nun, I'm joining the monastery, I'm going to go to Nepal and go up into the mountains and have a religious experience, the interest would go back down to basically zero. That's the truth.
What percentage did you put on Caitlyn Clark?
97.9. I did the math. I'm Asian. We're good at this. Trust me.
Whoa, I think you're way off. I was hoping you
Too
said
low?
99.7%.
Well, I mean, I know, but I just, I thought I was low. I'm trying to be charitable. Trying to be charitable.
Too charitable. What I love here is she basically says that, you know, speaking out and doing all this is so hard. It's 10 times harder. And then she says, but imagine dealing with that and then having to go out and play. And so she's comparing herself to Caitlyn Clark. Does Caitlyn Clark not go out and play every night? It's like only Asia Wilson goes out and plays every night. And so it's like, oh, this is so much harder for me because I have to go out every night and play. Is Caitlyn Clark sitting at home? I don't know. Doesn't she go out and play? This pretending, I think I'm being just objective here. You guys hop in the chat, tell me on email, maybe I'm wrong. Isn't there 20 times more pressure on Caitlyn Clark than on
Yes.
Asia Wilson? If Asia Wilson has an off night, no one cares. It's Caitlyn Clark has all the attention, all the focus. Asia Wilson, for most nights, is a tree falling in the woods. And she's acting like, oh, I'm under this immense pressure because if I have a bad game, blah, blah. No one cares. The delusion is mind-blowing to me.
This is a line that I used one time at a Clarissa Shields fight that I was forced to go to while I was at ESPN. And it applied to a lot of WNBA games pre-Caitlyn Clark. You could throw a hand grenade into the stands of a WNBA game, nobody would get hurt. That's the truth. Meanwhile, Caitlyn Clark basically plays almost to capacity crowds or much bigger crowds than any other player the last 3 to 4 years of her life.